So the day has finally come. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here, back from Princess Connect Redive video. Okay, so in today's video, man, it's a sad one. I did not expect this game to shut down so soon. This game came out like 2 years ago, and usually when it comes to an average lifespan of a gacha game, it's about 3 years, so the fact that it didn't reach the average lifespan of a gacha game kind of stinks. And not only that, but the announcement of the game shutting down was so abrupt. Like, it happened out of nowhere. Literally happened on the day of the main mascot's birthday, like Priconne's birthday, and also I think like 1 day shy of April Fool. So people were thinking that it's like an April Fool's joke or something like that, but no, it's actually real. Yeah, like I said before, it's kind of insane to me that this game is shutting down so soon. Like, with how this game is so high quality, it's kind of insane that it's shutting down. Princess Connect Redive is such a really good game. Like, there's so much stuff to do, and like I said before, it's really high quality with all like the animated cutscene and stuff like that. Like, this game is by far one of the best mobile games out there when it comes to quality. So it's kind of shocking that a game like this is kind of ending so soon. For me, I always thought this game will last for at least 5 years, maybe longer than that. But there's a whole bunch of reasons why people think this game is shutting down. Besides the monetization, when mobile games shut down, it's usually because of a money issue, like it's not generating enough money. So they had no choice but to shut it down. And there's times when they shut down gacha games because there's not enough content in the game, or like the game's kind of finished and they want to move on to a different game, stuff like that. And when it comes to Princess Connect Redive, this game didn't really make that much money. If you guys look at some of the sales, it's not 100% accurate, but it's probably relatively close, or at least gives you some sort of estimate of how much to make. But usually when it comes to Princess Connect Redive, it basically generates about $200,000 to $400,000 per month. It kind of varies month to month because different months have different banners, and when there's a hype unit coming out, people are more likely to spend, so, but the average is somewhere around there. Yeah, $200,000 to $400,000 isn't really that much when it comes to a mobile game. Usually when it comes to successful mobile games, they make about at least $1 million per month. So the amount that Princess Connect Redive is making is kind of low. Even then, I feel like the amount of money they make per month is good enough where this game can sustain, and I feel like it's way more than the break-even point. Like, I don't think they're spending that much money to keep the game up, at least for the global version anyway. The main thing they're using money for is to keep up the servers and to pay the translator and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like the amount of money that this game is making per month is pretty good. And yeah, when you look at the other Princess Connect Redive servers, they make way less than what global makes, and those games are still up. So even though Princess Connect Redive doesn't really make that much money compared to like a successful mobile game, it still makes a good amount, but based on the other servers, it should be sustainable. So that's one of the reasons why people are thinking that it might not be a monetization issue. I'm pretty sure that monetization did play a part in something like this, because usually money is always involved, so I'm pretty sure it meant something. But yeah, a lot of people are thinking with how abrupt this end of service notice was, and also the fact that although the servers making less money than the global server still being up, and also tying in the fact that this game shutting down literally in 1 month. They basically gave us like a 1 month notice to basically do everything you have to do before the game shuts down. Usually when a mobile game shuts down, they give you at least a couple of months to kind of play the game a little bit before it shuts down and do whatever you have to do. But this game only gives you 1 month, kind of interesting. I've never seen a mobile game shut down so quickly in like 1 month. So yeah, with all those factors combined, people are thinking that Crunchyroll lost their license because Cygames don't like how they handle Princess Connect Redive, or like how Crunchyroll handles other mobile games. That's what people are thinking, and it does sort of kind of make sense with all the things that I just listed, but at the same time, it's all speculation. Take it with a grain of salt. Like, we don't know what happens behind the scenes. For all we know, none of this could be true. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Crunchyroll didn't want to keep supporting this game anymore, and that's why they're shutting it down. I don't know. I highly doubt that's the case, but you never know. Basically, it's all speculation, so definitely take all this with a grain of salt. Like, no one knows exactly why the game's shutting down. Only Crunchyroll and Cygames know. So yeah, with all the things I listed before, it's possible that Crunchyroll did lose their license, or maybe Cygames don't like how Crunchyroll is running Princess Connect Redive, or how they're running other mobile games, something like that. There's a whole controversy when it comes to Street Fighter Duel, which is a recent mobile game that just came out for global that's run by Crunchyroll, and there was a whole issue with one of the collab events and how it's like kind of pay to win and stuff like that. I don't really know too much about what happened. Even though I played Street Fighter Duel, I don't even know what happened. I don't really keep track of all that stuff. I just kind of play the game because I think it's fun. I also really like Street Fighter. Like, I grew up with Street Fighters. Yeah, like, I love the characters, stuff like that. So that's why I'm playing it. I really don't pay attention to all that stuff. I'm basically really casual when it comes to that game. So yeah, I didn't really notice anything that happened. But yeah, apparently there's some kind of controversy. Maybe that controversy led to Cygames turning their head and being like, nah, we don't want Crunchyroll to be handling this game anymore, or stuff like that. So yeah, maybe that happened. Who knows? But definitely know why you guys think this game is shutting down. There's a whole bunch of different reasons out there. I'm curious to see what you guys think. For me personally, I have no idea. I don't really know why this game's shutting down. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure it's a combination of all factors, like monetization, maybe like the sketchy things that Crunchyroll is doing. It might be a combination of those two. All I know is kind of strange that this game's shutting down so soon. Not only is this game so high quality and kind of blows a lot of mobile games out of the water, but the fact that this game's shutting down in literally 1 month is kind of strange to me. So I definitely feel like something was up behind the scenes, but I have no idea what it is. I'm not gonna pretend to know what happened. Like, I have no idea. So I'm just curious what you guys think, and I'm just here to just talk about it and try to generate discussion. So if you guys are noticing in the background, down in the gameplay right now. You guys will see I'm actually on the Japanese version. But yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, off camera, I've been playing the JP version of Princess Connect Redive, and I have to say, the JP version of this game is a completely different game than what Global has. There's so many things in the Japanese version that the Global version doesn't. The Global version doesn't have all the quality of life updates, all the new characters, new story. But not only that, but the pity in this game is 200 pulls. So basically about 30,000 jewels compared to the 300 pulls you have to do in Global, or 45,000 jewels. Yeah, it definitely a godsend. Like, it's absolutely insane. This game does not feel like the same game at all. It's crazy. Yeah, I've been enjoying the JP version way more than I've been enjoying Global recently. I started JP around 2 months ago, so I've been playing JP more than I've been playing Global. And for me personally, I don't really mind the Global version shutting down, because that way I can focus on the JP version. I kind of been going back and forth on both versions, and it kind of takes so much time. And I've been enjoying JP a lot more than Global, and I kind of feel bad because Global is technically my main, and I really want to support the Global servers, but since Global is now shutting down, I can now focus on JP. So that's why I don't really mind Global shutting down, because I'm still playing this game but on JP, and I can focus on the JP version. But yeah, at the same time, I really wish the Global version didn't shut down, because I feel bad for the Global players, because now they won't be able to play this game anymore, and this game is super fun, and a lot of people enjoy the story of this game and stuff like that. So I really feel bad for those people. And not only that, but once the Global version shuts down, a good chunk of the English fan base when it comes to Princess Connect Redive is gonna be gone. And yeah, definitely sad to see that happen, because I really want people to enjoy this game and the story and the IP and stuff like that. This game is definitely one of the best mobile games out there, and one of the best IPs out there in my opinion anyway. So I really want as much people to play this game as possible. So even though personally it doesn't really affect me that much, and I don't really mind the Global version shutting down, I really wish it didn't shut down, and I really wish there's a way to stop this from happening. Maybe hopefully another company will take over the Global version. Maybe Cygames will start translating the Japanese version for English speaking players. Like, that would be awesome, kind of like Realm of Fantasy. Let's hope that maybe they might do that. I'm not sure if they will, because there is a lot of stuff to translate, but if they did that for Realm of Fantasy, they might be able to do it for Princess Connect Redive. Who knows? And not only that, but there is already a good chunk of the story and stuff like that already translated from Crunchyroll, so maybe they can take that from the Global server and implement it into their game. That way there's a little bit less they have to translate. So it'd be kind of cool if they do something like that. Like with how Cygames trying to make their brand and IP more global, like they might do that. Who knows? Not to mention that I feel like there's a big English player base when it comes to this game, and I feel like Cygames should probably have noticed that by now. And maybe they might be like, oh, you know, like a lot of people play this game overseas, so maybe it's a good idea to translate this game and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they do it, because that would be awesome. Especially with how far JP is compared to Global. It's literally like 3 years ahead. I would love for more people to experience the JP version, because like I said before, it's a completely different game. But yeah, speaking of JP being 3 years ahead, another reason why I think this game is shutting down is because of that gap between JP and Global. Literally, this game, the JP version, is 3 years ahead. 3 years. That's absolutely insane. Or maybe it's 2 years. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 3, but it could be 2. I don't know. Definitely correct me in comments, but I think it's 3. And with the Global version being 3 years behind, people know what's coming next, and they know what to save for next. So it kind of allows people to be a little bit smarter, and that way they don't have to spend money on jewels, especially since how free-to-play friendly this game is. That's probably one of the reasons why the Global version wasn't making that much money compared to JP and stuff like that, because people can plan and save for future characters and stuff like that. But if they sped it up to where it catches up to JP, or at least get close to JP, like maybe like a couple months behind, or maybe a year behind, probably would increase the amount of money this game would have made every single month. But not only that, but they did sped up the game to catch up to JP. You get all the quality of life updates, you also get all the really cool events and story stuff, and all the new characters, and also the 200 pity when it comes to banners, all that stuff, all that content would give people more things to do in this game. Like right now in this game, there's a decent amount of stuff to do, but at the same time, not that much. If that makes any sense. If they did speed it up, there definitely would have been so much more content for people to enjoy, and more characters in the banners for people to pull on, stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like that definitely would have helped when it comes to the overall revenue this game makes. But the thing is, speeding up content in a mobile game is kind of tricky. Like, it definitely is a certain point where it kind of gets too fast, and people want to slow down and kind of stay up some jewels, whatever. It's kind of hard to find that right balance. And I feel like if they were to speed it up, I feel like they could have either done 2 events at the same time, or maybe right after event ends, immediately another one starts, and then that way there's no downtime between events and stuff like that. So yeah, something they could have done to speed it up. Yeah, that can also leave people to burn out from the game, and I feel like it kind of overworked their translators. Like, if they have to keep translating every single event that's coming out because there is no downtime, stuff like that. I don't know, like, it's kind of tricky. But one of the main reasons why I switched to the JP version was because it was 3 years ahead, and I really didn't want to wait for Global to catch up. So yeah, I feel like overall, speeding up the game just a little bit to at least really catch up to JP, maybe like 1 year behind, a couple months behind, I feel like that would definitely help the game a little bit more, and maybe would have kept the game alive a little bit longer, at least when it comes to monetization anyway. Not the whole behind the scenes stuff with Crunchyroll being sketchy and whatever. That in itself is a completely different topic. But they're just talking about like monetization wise and content wise that would have kept the game going a little bit longer. Because the thing is that Princess Connect Redive Redive, global version was not running out of content anytime soon. With JP being 3 years ahead, there's so much stuff, like so much content that they could have brought to the global version. The content definitely not the reason why this game is shutting down, that's for sure. See, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about speeding up the game, and whether or not you guys think it's a good idea or a bad idea, or how you guys would speed up the game. Definitely let me know. But yeah, with the global version shutting down, a lot of you guys might be quitting Princess Connect Redive forever, whereas some of you guys might switch over to the JP version, and there might be some of you guys who are on the fence whether or not you guys want to switch to JP because it is 3 years ahead, so there's so many content they had to catch up on. Technically speaking, if you switch over to the JP version, you got 5 years of content to catch up on, like the 2 years from global and then 3 years of JP being ahead. And with 5 years of content ahead of you, it kind of seems a little bit crazy. It kind of feels overwhelming, and I'll tell you guys right now, as someone who switched to JP recently, like 2 months ago, catching up with content in JP is super easy. I'm a super casual when it comes to Princess Connect Redive, and even I was able to catch up to all the content. There's so many things that this game does to help you catch up to the current players. There's so many bonuses that you get increased EXP up until a certain level, you get increased drop rate up until a certain level, you also get an orb which basically makes it so you can upgrade a character for free. Not to mention that when you first start off this game, you kind of get an exclusive Princess Fest banner for like 3 days where you can pull for all of the Princess Fest characters and you can pity any one of them. And like I said before, it only costs 200 pulls or 30,000 jewels to pity. So for me, I was able to farm up 3 rotations, basically like 600 pulls or 90,000 jewels, and I basically pulled 3 times and pitied 3 times, and I got the character I needed to kind of help me push through the content really fast. And the thing is, like I said before, I'm a super casual, so even I being a casual was able to farm up 3 rotations of summons. So if you guys are more hardcore, you guys could probably farm up more than 3 rotations. You guys might be able to farm 4 or 5. This game, when you first start out, gives a whole bunch of jewels from the events. You guys know right now in global anyway, there's a whole section where you can visit past events and kind of do them again and sort of get jewels, whatever. Well, this game has the same thing where you can go back to past events, and each event gives about like 1,000 something jewels, and there's at least like 40 of them, I think, or at least somewhere around there. So there's a whole bunch of jewels there. You also do arena, that also gives you jewels. The story quest gives you jewels, and also watching story. I remember when I first started this game, there was like one button I pressed that skipped me all the way to where the current story is, and it gave me like maybe like 10,000 jewels just for doing absolutely nothing. I just pressed one button and I got 10,000 jewels because it skipped me through all the story. There's a lot of ways to earn jewels when you first off in the JP version. With all the quality life updates too, you can basically auto battle the story stuff. You don't have to manually click each time you beat a quest. You can basically put this game on auto and it'll play itself throughout the entire stage up until you lose. And not only that, but there's a smart auto system that makes it so your AI is a little bit smarter when it comes to using your union burst or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. So that can help you a lot when it comes to autoing. There's so many quality of life changes in the JP version that'll help you tremendously compared to global, and catching up with JP is absolutely no problem. You guys will definitely be able to catch up really quickly. Even if you're super casual like me, you guys will be catch up really quickly. Like for example, if I go into my quest right now, I'm at stage 62, and I think the max stage right now is 63 or maybe 64. I'm not sure if they added anything new. So yeah, I'm basically there when it comes to catching up on the main story quest. They were hard. I'm around stage 53, so I'm not there yet, but I'm close. And same with very hard. Very hard, there's only like 37 stages, so I'm basically almost there when it comes to catching up here. And as I said before, these are all the events. Each one of these gives at least 1,000 jewels, maybe even more than that, maybe like 1,500. So yeah, like that's a whole bunch of jewels right there you guys can farm. I basically cleared the entire thing, and I got a whole bunch of jewels to pull on the banner and whatnot. And I also kind of got a little bit of luck when I first started, because I did start around the same time a Princess Fest banner was coming out. So not only did I pull on the 72-hour Princess Fest, but I also pulled on the next Princess Fest with the new Princess Fest characters. But yeah, I do have to warn you guys that the 72-hour Princess Fest banner, there's no rate up characters, so all the Princess Fest characters in that banner are standard rates. Like they all have the same rates. Yeah, it is gonna be a little bit hard to pull the Princess Fest characters. But at the same time, with so many Princess Fest characters in that banner, you're probably bound to at least get 1 or 2 Princess Fest characters in just your pull alone without the pity. So how do you just guys pull in that banner if you guys are starting the JP version? But yeah, the only problem to starting JP is the language barrier. You guys play the game right now, you guys be like, what the heck is going on? Like, what does the menu, like what does any of this stuff mean? And for the most part, you guys play global, you guys should know what all these stuff do. At least with like the main menu and stuff like that. The only thing you guys might not know is like the new stuff that they added in JP. And even I playing this game right now, I have no idea what some of the stuff is. And not only that, but when it comes to like the sorting in this game, it's kind of a little bit hard, because one of the ways to sort characters in this game is by their kanji, or maybe the way kanji sounds and stuff like that, and that kind of confusing. But for the most part, you guys should know what the heck's going on. And not only that, but there are a lot of translator apps out there. Like Google Translate is one of the really good apps out there. The only problem with Google Translate, you have to take a screenshot every single time you want to translate something, which kind of gets a little bit annoying. But there's also other apps out there that allow you to translate stuff in real time. So for example, I have an app called Tap to Translate, or Tap Translate, whatever it's called. And it's on the Google Play Store. I'm not sure if it's on the App Store or not, but this app allows me to translate stuff in real time. So you already have a little icon that's hovering around the game. So once I press this button, it allows me to translate everything that's on the screen. I don't have to take a screenshot or nothing like that. It basically translates everything in real time. So I press the button right here and it'll translate basically everything. So it's not exactly the best. As you can see, stuff is kind of all over the place, and there's times where it doesn't really translate correctly, but for the most part, when it comes to at least the story anyway, and some menu stuff, you kind of get the gist of what the heck it is. So for example, like for the guild, it says guild pass. Obviously that makes no sense, but with that, I'm sort of able to kind of get what it means. Like I know it's something about guild. And also with the menu, it says like Mayu, but I know it's like menu. I guess maybe because I played the game before, I know it's like menu, but I can sort of guess it's like menu. And same with Priconne's dialogue. It translated out as well. I mean, you read it, it really doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, you sort of get what she means, so it's something at least. It's a way to kind of break the language barrier, albeit not the best, but it's better than nothing. But there are stuff that this app doesn't translate. Like for example, right over here before, it didn't translate this part. It basically kind of translates what it can read on the screen. I guess I wasn't able to read that part, so there are times where it's kind of a little bit annoying, but for the most part, it's very useful. So I highly suggest this app. You guys are playing the JP version. This app uses Google Translate as its translator. It doesn't have its own in-house translator. It's actually using the Google Translator, and the Google Translator, even though it's not really the best, it's probably like best translator out there because of how big Google's database is. So even though Google Translate not the greatest, it's probably the best translator that we have out there, so it's not so bad. The only problem with this app is that you do have to pay money to use it. There's a one-time fee you guys can pay, and it's like $30. Which is kind of a lot. But the thing is that this app allows you to play a whole bunch of Japanese games, and it kind of allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff besides playing games. If you guys ever go to like a restaurant somewhere like that, and it's like online menu, but it's all like completely different language, you guys can translate that. So it's not just for games, but most of us here are playing Japanese mobile games. So not only that, but this app allows you to kind of play a whole bunch of other Japanese mobile games besides Princess Connect Redye. Like you can use this app for every Japanese game out there. It kind of opens a whole new door for you guys to explore when it comes to gaming or mobile gaming. So yeah, like it's not so bad when you really think about it, the $30 price tag, but at the same time it is a lot. So I understand you guys don't want to pay for that, especially if it's for something like this, kind of like not really worth it, I guess. I kind of agree, it's definitely a lot of money. There's also a monthly subscription you guys can pay for the translator. So if you guys think the $30 is way too much, you guys can do that and try it out, see what you guys think, and if you guys like it, maybe go for the one-time fee, because eventually the monthly subscription definitely be way more than the one-time fees. So yeah, both of the options are too much for you. If you guys on Android, you guys have other options as well. But yeah, there also is another type of live translator app out there. It's called Cool App, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that it's a way for you guys to download Japanese games, or basically like any other game from other regions, like basically like another Google Play Store or Apple Store. So you guys can use Cool App to download the JP version of Princess Connect Redye. I'm not sure if you download it on iOS, but I feel like you might be able to. I don't see why you can, but I never tried it, so I don't know. But the app is called Cool App. It's QOOAPP. And yeah, I don't think this app is on the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you have to go online and download it on the website. And once you download the app on your phone, you can then use the app to download other games from different regions, stuff like that. So that's the way to download the JP version of Princess Connect Redye. If you guys don't want to do that, you guys can create a Japanese iTunes account, and you guys download the JP version from the App Store. Or you guys have Android, you guys can make a Japanese Google Play account, and you guys can download the JP version of this game on there. So there's many different ways to download the JP version of this game. So anyways, Cool App also has a live translator thing as well. The thing is that there is no one-time fee. You have to pay a monthly subscription in order to access the live translators. I never tried the translator on Cool App. I'm not sure it's more accurate than this app. I'm not sure to read the screen better than this app. I heard some pretty good things about the translator in Cool App, so definitely if you guys interested, you guys can do that if you guys don't want to use this app. Essentially, having these live translator apps makes the language barrier a lot more bearable. You guys don't have to like take screenshots all the time of the game and having to translate in Google Translate. For this app at least, if I press a button to translate the screen, it doesn't take a screenshot or anything like that. If I go to my photos, there will be no screenshots, so that's one of the perks about this. Like, I don't have to constantly delete screenshots every single time I play the game. It's definitely a little better in my opinion. But overall, it's kind of my thoughts when it comes to the entire topic of Princess Connect Redye, the global version shutting down. But even though I'm sad the global version shutting down, I'm not really as sad because I have been playing the JP version. But when it comes to the global version shutting down, we don't know what happened. That definitely is strange for everything to go down so quickly and so suddenly. So there might be something behind the scenes, but for the most part, we have no idea what happened. It could have been this game not making enough money. It could have been something with Crunchyroll being sketchy. It could have been Cygames not liking Crunchyroll anymore and want to part ways. Like, we have no idea. But yeah, unfortunately, all those issues lead to this game shutting down, and it kind of stinks. The fact that we lose a really good game because of some issue that doesn't really affect us, like, it kind of stinks. But yeah, I really hope that there's some way that the global version can stay up, whether like another company taking over, whether Cygames decides to translate the JP version. Like, I definitely don't want the English player base and fan base of this game to, disappear. I want the English fan base to keep thriving, and I want more people to be interested in this game. So I really hope there's some sort of really good resolution when it comes to all this happening. Hopefully it ends off on a high note somehow, some ways. So unfortunately for now, the future of Princess Connect Redye for the global version version is kind of grim, so we'll see what happens. But definitely don't lose that hope. There's many ways for you guys to, if not keep up the global servers, maybe you can let Cygames know that we want the JP version to be translated in English or something like that. The best way to let them know is by content and customer service, maybe letting them know by replying on their tweets. Like I think Cygames had the official Twitter account that you guys can tweet over there. Maybe you guys can try tweeting on the JP version of the Twitter account. Maybe you guys can contact the customer service in the JP version. Let them know, like there's many different ways to let them know that we want to see either another global version or like an English option for the JP version. So the best way to reach the best resolution is to let them know that people in the West who actually want to play this game. Yeah, like those are the ways you guys can do that, and definitely be respectful when it comes to talking to them. Like don't say anything, you know, rude or dumb. Like they're not gonna read your comments or whatever if you guys say that. Yeah, like definitely be respectful. But overall, when it comes to the global version shutting down, I'm not sure what to do when it comes to content on this game, at least for my channel anyway. I'm not sure if I want to continue doing Princess Connect Redie videos or not, because with the global version shutting down, there's less of a fan base on the western side that want to watch this game. I'm not sure if I want to continue doing more content in this game. I'm not sure if people still want to watch this game, and not only that, but I kind of want to sort of move away from mobile games and sort of focus on the core games on my channel, like Kingdom Hearts, Genshin Impact. As you guys can see, I haven't really been doing mobile game content on my channel that much recently. Even though I have recorded a bunch of mobile game content, I just haven't really uploaded them. I have a bunch of like summoning videos when it comes to the global version of Princess Connect Redive. I have not uploaded yet. Like with the Idolmaster collab banner, I didn't really upload that yet, which probably do before the global version shuts down, or maybe a little bit after. We'll see. But I'm not sure whether or not I want to do more content on this game or mobile game in general. I don't plan on quitting making Princess Connect Redive videos, but at the same time not promising anything, so I don't know yet. We'll see. I think eventually I will probably stop doing Princess Connect Redive videos, or at least I'll probably do them very sparingly, like every so often, like every once in a blue moon, because like I said before, I kind of want to move away from mobile game content. And if I do mobile game content, some of the mobile games will do content on, like Kingdom Hearts Missing Link coming out eventually, and I want to do content on that. Honkai Star Rail, I might do content on that. We'll see. It might not be a spot in my schedule when it comes to Princess Connect Redive content, but for the most part, even if I don't do content on this game, I'm still gonna play this game off camera. Like, I'm not gonna quit this game anytime soon, because I really enjoyed this game a lot. Okay, the day I quit Princess Connect Redive, the day when the JP version shuts down. So anyways, comment about this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know what you guys thought about everything I said in this video, and also what you guys thought about the game shutting down and why it's shutting down and how it could have stayed up, I guess. If there's anything else I missed in this video, I'll probably leave a comment down below talking about it, because I don't remember everything I want to say in this video because I am talking on top of my head. But not only that, but this is actually the second time I'm recording this video. The first time it didn't really go so well. I kind of scrapped the first video. I kind of re-recording it and getting my thoughts a little more fleshed out and stuff like that. But if you guys want Princess Connect Redive videos, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I plan on doing more of them, and I still have a whole bunch of other summoning videos I still have to upload when it comes to this game. I'll probably upload them this month, maybe a little bit after the game shuts down. I have a whole bunch of videos I have to get out. Yeah, I have to see where I can fit this in my schedule. But anybody want to end the video right here? My voice is dying. So yeah, I can't really talk anymore. But anyways, comment, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.